God woke me up one day and showed me that I was living in a never-ending story. And the book that I'm in is the Bible. That can be really scary. I had this vision of the transfiguration of the body of Christ and an eternal kingdom at 18, just before 19, while I was in the military. That vision was shared with other people in my immediate circle, which was pretty tripped out at the time. I've said before, God often speaks to me through other people. When I discern that God is speaking through me, to me, through someone else, I always look for a confirmation or two, or 100, depending on what the word is. So I was really freaked out. I asked my friend, I said, "Is this in the Bible that God is showing me?" And God answered through him and said, "Yes, as it was so, again it shall be," which is the first thing God told me when I was 9 years old, which is in the Bible, by the way. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9, there's nothing new. Under the sun, there's nothing really that God hadn't shared before. I didn't realize that at the time, and so the next obvious question was why me? I didn't get an answer from God, and I asked it again and again, and God through my friend told me to quit my whining. I mean wing because that's kind of how it sounds, when you why too much. God finally answered me one day and said, "You have King David's birthright." And I'm like, what does that mean? The King James Version of the Bible was a mystery to me. I had a hard time with some of my basic skills reading, let alone something that was written, 400 years ago in the Old English. I knew some of it from preachers, like we need to pick up our cross and follow him. Which makes perfect sense to me with the transfiguration of the body of Christ. He is past, present and future, all at the same time. He is in us and we are in him. He's outside of time, we're inside of time. We're in a temporal reality, and I understand all that now, but I didn't understand it then. I didn't start to get the meaning until I saw a movie called Excalibur, when it came out. I learned the concept that the king and the land are one. So I look for confirmation on that by what's going on in my life and what's going on in the world around me. I've noticed that when the world is doing well, I'm doing well, and when I'm not doing well, the economy and everything else isn't doing well either. So that led me to the conclusion, in no uncertain terms, that this world is a reflection of what's going on inside of me. So God's made me a promise he will heal the land, and that's the promise he's going to keep.